So for those who aren't aware of what this is about, there was a man who was getting jumped, correct? He was getting jumped. The man was getting jumped, and while the man was getting jumped, the man took the strap off one of the mans that was jumping him and shot the nigga that was jumping him.
Damn.
So that's why he's winning Defensive Player of the Year, because the man defended himself by shooting a nigga with the other nigga's gun.
So
one of the people who got shot, or two of the people who got shot, were NBA YoungBoys affiliates, NBA Ben 10 and some other nigga's name who's probably not as important because nobody seems to be saying his name, and he lost a finger. So it's like,
damn.
So Allstar JR, the Detroit rapper, after he shot these guys, we assumed that this nigga was talked to the police and that he was cleared of his charges because it was self-defense.
Yeah.
And that's why we're calling him Defensive Player of the Year because we assumed that it was self-defense and he cleared himself of all charges. He was taunting the man. He made a diss song to him. He made a viral dance thing to him, and he just been making mad jokes, made a shirt and all this type of shit. But it says that the feds picked up Detroit All-Star JR for illegal federal gun possession by a felon for shooting NBA Ben 10 and Ron. They have the whole thing on videotape, and also detail in the complaint that admitted to possessing the gun in music and social media posts afterwards. So,
Damn.
All-Star JR have been picked up by the feds.
Damn, he got picked up?
Free him.
He was on his way to a Vlad TV interview and got picked up by the feds. So a lot of information, because of the federal documents that dropped, a lot of information has came out. It appeared to be, okay, so that photo right there, that is All-Star JR shooting Ben 10 while he was on the ground.
That's fucked up.
So that means that he took it past self-defense. So what happened was, he was getting jumped, somebody dropped their gun, he picked up the gun, started shooting at the niggas, he rinsed the clip, so he shot all the bullets, right? So he shot niggas, right? A bystander also got shot in the ass. The NBA niggas got shot. And then this nigga gets up afterwards. He goes back to Ben 10, shoots him on his ass while he's on the floor. So this is after so one shot hit Ben 10 initially, right? And it hit him in his neck. So he got hit in his neck, and it might have struck some of his spinal cord or something like that, because the Fed documents say that he can't move his legs. So there has been, like, the NBA guys, they've been trying to, put videos up of them talking and shit to show, we good type of shit, we good. But they were trying to hide the fact that the man can't walk right now. We don't know if he's paralyzed for life. We don't know if it's curable. We don't know what's going on. But apparently they're trying to say, post a video of you walking, because apparently he cannot walk. So he got shot in his neck first, and we assume that that's what did that. Then he got shot in his, you see the man shot at him while he was on the ground. So that is not self-defense. That's like if somebody's running away and you shoot at their back. That's the same type of shit. So that's probably part of the reason why he's getting picked up by the feds. And he spit on him and gun bucked him. He spit on him, and I understand his frustration.
Fam, sometimes you just can't get mad at niggas when they're mad.
Honestly, this is one of those cases where they tried the wrong nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Like a nigga who was willing to do all of that, because honestly, even if I got jumped, I wouldn't do all of that. Going back and spitting on him, gun bucking him, and shooting him in his ass. And apparently he was trying to shoot him more, but the gun ran out of bullets.
You know them, I said.
So that means he was probably trying to kill him.
Yeah, you know them say you think you're bad? No, say somebody outside there better than you.
Better than you, for real, bro. Yeah, so I think this whole entire thing is fucking insane.
Oh, man.
Because All-Star JR went from the Defensive Player of the Year to the Dummy of the Year.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Dumbest, he's still a DPOY, but he's the dumbest person of the year.
Yeah.
Because
I'm dead.
Because why wouldn't he at least give us, if that was me, I would try to cooperate with the police as fast as possible, because before they do all that investigating, my statement will definitely make it look like it's more on my side, because people will be able to empathize with the jumping. You know what I'm saying? No one's gonna be like, okay, you're a felon, you had a gun in possession because you got jumped and you did what was best for your safety and your self-interest. You weren't thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna go to jail for holding a gun. Like, nah, you were. Somebody who was jumping you had a gun. That means that they could have shot you as well. You were scared for your life. You grabbed the gun, and then you shoot people, you know what I'm saying? Him going back, shooting him in the ass, they're gonna have to fight that in whatever way they can fight it. But I'm sure that a jury would definitely they wouldn't give him a super like, oh, you're hugging the whole book because of this situation, because it would be understandable. So him making the Ben 10 challenge, shaking up you're mocking the nigga on the internet. Crazy. Now you're looking like you're not the victim anymore. You know what I'm saying? So
shit. Tommy's in the chat. Big up Tommy. Big up
this is our 20th episode. Round of applause.
Yeah, man.
This is our 20th episode. Yo, shout out to Tommy. Put on the third bank and let's hear a chat too much for the gang right now. Is that the loudest it is?
Hey.
Okay.
Shout out Tommy. But yeah, I was gonna say that the way that I feel about it is that there should be some kind of leniency in terms of if you let your rage take over, especially when you've been in like a life or death. Yeah, in a life or death situation, because I can't imagine that if someone did me like that at that point I probably I wouldn't be seeing red. I mean, each person has their own different ways that they would react, but I can imagine I'd be seeing red. It's like if a nigga pulled up on me on some, I'm trying to rob you, threatening my life and shit, and I got the upper hand, I can't imagine I don't want to kill them.
But then at the same time, after everything calms down, and think about it, the feds don't just come for you, bro. The police have your fucking phone number, bro. Trust me. How did the police call me for Ricky Heath? You know what I'm saying? Niggas have your shit. You know what I'm saying? They probably called him and he wasn't answering, or he answered and didn't want to cooperate. You not wanting to cooperate with the police is not going to help them be on your side. And plus, he probably didn't want to snitch. But at the same time, in order to claim your self-defense for stand your ground laws, you have to tell what happened. And that's how the baby got away with what happened in Walmart. Because whether you call it a snitch or not, you have to say what happened in order to defend yourself. And I don't think that's fucking snitching.
No, sometimes you have to call the boy.
Call the boy.
Call the boy. Call the boy.
Some comments when we were talking about the Gucci Mane incident, they were like, "That's not snitching, that's telling." I kept seeing that. It's like, that's not snitching, that's telling. There's a difference.
I think that if Gucci Mane didn't create the persona that he created, then it wouldn't be as big of a deal. Yeah. But you guys have any comments about the dumbest person of the year, defensive player of the year? What do you want to call it? Or DPOY?
DPOY.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. If you're like if you're a hardcore street nigga and like you portray that persona online, there's a very high chance that if shit hit the fan, you're probably going to be the dumbest player of the year.
I don't know. I feel like there's smarter. He could have literally just stayed at the scene.
I just imagine that like people who feed off like the portrayal of, I'm a street nigga. When it comes time to prove the fact that they're street niggas, they always make the dumb decisions.
But every street nigga that I've seen get into a situation where they had to claim self-defense in a shooting, stayed at the scene and cooperated, talked to the Gucci had to kill a man who broke into his house. Niggas got to stay at the scene and talk to the police so you get self-defense. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to do it, because at the end of the day, even if you are what are you snitching on them for? Jumping you? Versus you shooting them and paralyzing them and taking off a nigga's finger, you really won. So if you're like, what? They like, it is what it is, bro.
Like you ever heard that Soulja Boy story?
Shot the niggas. Took off his mask. He said, took off his mask.
I said, damn. Pow. Yo.
You chat too much. Chat too much. Chat too much. Chat too much.